Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Aokana. I just came back from the gym and ate some food. And yeah, it was a pretty nice session at the gym. I don't think I've actually told you guys, but I've been cutting quite a bit. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. But yeah, I think I told you guys that I've been kinda averaging about 70 kilos to 71 kilos in terms of my body weight. In pounds, I think that's about 154, 156, somewhere around there. But I've been getting back on track. I was taking a look at my older progress pics and stuff like that, right? So I don't think I've ever told you guys, but every week I do take progress pictures about my body. I think at first I only did it to motivate myself when I was still fat. But now it's really just to compare yourself, really, whether or not you're making progress or not. Because it's very difficult to actually know that you're making progress physically. Like, you know, aesthetically, I mean. Not actually just pushing more weights at the gym and stuff like that. Because right now, I am actually getting stronger by the week, for sure. Since my lifts have been getting stronger and stronger. And it keeps increasing for the past couple of months. Ever since I changed to the intermediate program. But looking at my old progress pictures, damn. When I was still back at 63 kilos to 65 kilos, I was really damn shredded. And I kind of miss... I kind of miss being that shredded. Like, I'm not fat or anything, but I do feel like I want my abs back and stuff like that. But yeah, that's why I've been kind of cutting right now. My target might be about 66 kilos, and I'll probably try to recomp when I'm at that weight. But I guess we'll see. But okay, enough about my talk about the gym and exercise and whatnot. All that nonsense that you guys might not even be interested in. Let's talk about the last episode recap, shall we? On the last episode, we didn't do much, did we? We went on the date with Rika. We had sex. And we tried to counteract Kurobuchi, which I guess is okay, right? Asuka was also helping Rika, trying to mimic how Kurobuchi plays so that she has a better time like facing her, which of course there's no doubt in my mind that Rika is most likely going to be facing Kurobuchi in this route. And then as for the goals for the fall tournament, I think they combined together or joined up with Takafuji to get a top 4 or something like that, which I feel like is very weird. You'd think that Takafuji would want to be top number 1, but they kind of compromised. Maybe because most of their members are not really confident after what happened with the Kurobuchi incident. God, I forgot that I actually stopped after the 8 scene and we're on this pillow talk. Oh boy. I said this a lot during Venus Blood Frontier, which you guys on YouTube have actually not seen just yet. But because I have a comparison to the visual novels that I am Let's Playing right now, I do feel like I'm a lot more excited when I play Venus Blood Frontier. I can't deny it. It's just a lot more consistent, the quality of the recording sessions that I do in Venus Blood Frontier. I can put as much gameplay time as I want, I can progress the story like how many times I want, and the 8 scenes I can also do that anytime I want, because unlike this game where you're just on rails, you don't know what the hell is gonna happen. Sometimes there would be some filler scenes, sometimes there would be just 8 scenes non-stop. Sometimes they just wouldn't talk about FC, which is like the most important thing in my opinion. So this game is still pretty good, but it's just a lot more inconsistent when it comes to like the cool stuff. which to me is the FC stuff. So, I actually look forward to Venus Blood Frontier a lot more than Aokana. But not to say that Aokana is not good or anything, this is definitely still way up there compared to a lot of other visual novels. I think I just have high standards. But okay, hopefully this doesn't lead to another 8 scene, okay, Rika? That was the plan, yeah. Yeah, my arm's your pillow. Rika gives me an enthusiastic nod. Rika's eyes glisten as she nuzzles her head into my arm. Her scent, which is tinged with the alluring scent of her shampoo, gets my heart racing. Rika giggles as she bounces her head on top of my arm. Oh, sorry about that. I thought she was done. I really thought that was it after she said sugoi. I can't deny that. Wasn't even the fault that I have twitchy fingers this time. I'm happy to hear that. Though honestly, it's really no big deal. Having this arm pillow thing I think is okay. As long as they don't actually fall asleep while you're doing it. You probably have a freaking sore arm if you do. I've never done this before, so I don't know if I got my arm in the right position. Maybe there's some special trick to this that I haven't figured out yet. She nuzzles her head into my arm again. Let me know if the bone digs into you or the bumps of my muscles feel weird. Rika immediately shakes her head to ward off my concerned words. I think you're very light, Rika. I don't know, you're maybe what, 45 kilos? 50 kilos tops? No, there's no way she's 50 kilos actually. I mean, I don't know the weight averages for women. I actually do think they are a lot lighter than you think. Since my weight was 60 something and that was like already super shredded for me. But I guess females could actually be 10 kilos or 15 kilos less than me. I'm totally fine here. She rolls her head around on my arm in an attempt to confirm my answer. What do you mean? I hate you. Not you, Rika. I hate the author of this game. Stop! Aroused? Rika's eyes shoot wide open as she panics. Typo there, I see that. Okay. Yeah, sounds pretty innocent to me. Rika's brow creases as she thinks to herself. Feels relieving for me too. Why does she look so smug? I'm relieved that it's relieving for her. Rika breathes a sigh of relief. So, you were saying the situation's got you all excited, right?
ますよ。変なことでしょうか。
Man, can we drop this? I don't think so.
そうですよ。マサエさんとこんな風に密着して興奮しない人なんていないんですから。
I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't actually. Like 99 point how many 9% of people even. Not even trying to count that Messiah. Maybe there's like 15?
逆に聞きますけど、マサエさんは私と密着して興奮しないんですか？
Oh, it definitely does.
もう私だけが興奮してるのかと思って落ち込みそうになったじゃないですか。
She gives me a pointed look.
でもそれより腕枕されて嬉しいって気持ちの方が上ですから勘違いしないでくださいね。
Same here. Man, I feel like whenever these scenes happen, I'm like always just dazing. Like I'm in a daze. Like whatever Messiah is saying, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to think too much about this. Just say the words and continue on. Back on topic though. My arm isn't too hard, is it? It's not hurting your head or anything. Rika aims a gentle smile at me.
大丈夫、ちょうどいいです。頭に馴染むって感じがします。
She lies on her side to get an unobstructed view of my face.
毎日この枕で寝れたら幸せだろうなって思います。とってもよく眠れそうです。
Man, I feel like when people exaggerate like this, it's more of a lie than... I can't accept it as face value, you know? Sounds like this was a successful experiment then.
マサエさんの腕を持って帰りたいくらいです。
You're starting to sound kind of creepy.
着脱式になりませんか？
Obviously not. Rika breathes a short sigh.
マサエさんと同じベッドで横になって腕枕までしてもらっているなんて不思議な気がします。
Really?
はい、不思議です。
Rika chuckles.
マサエさんとお付き合いすることになってこういうことになっているのは信じられない気がしてだから不思議なんです。
I don't know about that. I'd say this is all pretty vivid. And I'm glad that we're going out too. Rika pouts.
私だってマサエさんとお付き合いできてよかったと思ってます。言いたいのはそういうことではなくて単純に不思議な気がするということなんです。
You think?
マサエさんは初めて会った時から私とこうなるって思っていましたか？私はこうなるなんて想像もできませんでした。
Obviously not. Well, actually, maybe there was some small part of me that did.
もしかして私が隣に引っ越してきた時からそういうことを思ってたんですか？
Nah, can't say it was love at first sight or anything.
実はそばが大好きとかですか？もしそうだったらましろちゃんに怒られそうですけど。
I do think that guys, though, have a tendency to actually think about making like cute girls as their partner or something in their minds, right? I think a lot of people kind of fantasize about stuff like that, you know? What if she's my girlfriend and stuff like that? Though, I don't really do that, really. More of Messiah's weak-ass laugh. Damn you, beta male. Still not gonna voice act that. The food didn't make me fall for you, Rika. Rika nods to herself.
ということは私の着替えを覗いた時にですね。
Oh, come on. Sounds like you're assuming that's the case already. I start speaking all formally, feeling guilty about peeking on her, even though it was a complete accident.
ごめんなさい。
Rika presses her head into my arm.
今さら言うことではないかもしれませんけど私は最初マサエさんのことが苦手でした。
At least you're honest about it. Yeah, I know. I could tell. Like, your face kinda cramped up whenever you saw me.
それはまだマサエさんがどういう人か知りませんでしたし 勘違いしてしまっていただけです。
Well, there was also that time at the training camp where you left as soon as humanly possible.
だからあんまりいじめないでくださいと言っているじゃありませんか。
Rika presses her head back against my arm like she's trying to crush it.
何度も言いますけど、マサエさんのこと勘違いしていただけなんです。こういう優しい人だって知らなかったんです。
Right. That's kind of embarrassing. Not really sure how to react. She glares at me.
今は意地悪ですけど。
Rika's overly straightforward nature makes it hard for her to keep her emotions in check, which causes a lot of trouble. Her personality might not ever change, but I feel like things are at least heading in the positive direction.
失礼なことをたくさんしてしまった気がします。だからそういうことを考えると、マサエさんとこういう関係になるのは不思議だなって思ったんです。
Rika, if I really have, the freedom of choice, I probably would make Messiah single, like throughout the whole game. That is exactly what I did, but it gave me a game over, Rika. That's the thing. I guess. But hey, maybe you need a little conflict to make relationships work.
ぶつかった方がですか？
Like, two people will never agree on absolutely everything. So being able to make up and still love each other after a fight is the mark of a strong relationship. Well, I do agree there.
そうかもしれませんね。そう言っていただけるとほっとします。
Come on! She doesn't have anything else there! How was I supposed to know she was gonna say a second line? I haven't said this in a while, I think, but damn you, localization team! The smile vanishes from Rika's face as she reaches out a hand and places it against my chest. What's up? Don't do this, Rika. I know the music's still playing, but don't do this! She's gently stroking my chest with her fingertips.
こんな時ですけど、FC の話をしてもいいですか？
Thank you! Wow! Sure, go for it. What an actual angel. Please don't talk about sex again.
私は強くなっていますか？
You sure are. Anyone who knew you before would say the same thing.
マサエさんの指導が間違っているとか、不安に感じているとか、そういうことを言いたいわけではないんです。ただ、自分がマサエさんの指導をしっかりと受け止めているのか自分ではわからないから、それで少し不安になるというか、すみません、うまく言えなくて。
It's fine. Honestly, I doubt many people could even explain it that well. You're getting stronger, Rika. You can trust me on that one. It is kind of hard for you to actually measure or gauge your performance in FC, I think. Unlike, say, in running, where you can just time yourself and look at your pacing, there's not a lot of tangible stuff that you can actually measure in FC. Like, you can measure maybe the amount of wins you do win against someone, but maybe sometimes you're facing a weak opponent, right? And like what happened on the other routes too, FC right now is still in a point where like the measure of skills and levels or just what type of sport it wants to be is still ambiguous.
はい、ありがとうございます。でも
Rika falls silent. Wonder what she wants to say. Is this about Kurobuchi?
はい、どうしても気になる選手です。
One of the main goals of our practice is getting rid of Rika's anxieties. Maybe it hasn't been working well.
彼女のしたことは許せません。佐藤院先輩のことも、アスカさんのこともそうです。
I know. I'm with you there.
それだけではなくて、私とプレイスタイルが全然違うから、だから余計に気になるんだと思います。
Rika's style has become less obvious recently, but she's still a very by-the-book player. On the other hand, Kurobuchi plays rough, to put it mildly.
正直に言うと黒渕さんが怖いんです。
God, I hate the fact that they actually just say Kurobuchi plays rough. She fucking cheats. She does fouls and stuff. Makes sense.
だからそれを乗り越えなきゃいけないと分かっているし、そのための練習もしているけど、心のどこかで彼女のことを恐れているのが分かるんです。
The day Kurobuchi gave Satoin-san and the rest of the Takafuji team concussions, I hugged Rika as she trembled. Our anti-Kurobuchi training plan may be helping somewhat, but it's clear some of that fear still resides within Rika.
黒渕さんはどうしてああいうスタイルを選んだんでしょうか。
I don't know. Whatever, sort of mentality or thought process she has. I think I've already said this before. My stance doesn't change. She, chooses to hurt people, right? I don't care what the hell causes her or makes her do these playstyles. She is hurting people. She should be removed from the game. Or, from the sport. I'm honestly not sure. If she'd just chosen to play rough, I could understand why, since that would increase her chances of winning.
勝率ですか？
Yeah, amateurs tend to look down on people who play dirty, and there's barely anyone willing to teach that style, so stuff like that is usually only used by pros.
はい。
And because barely anyone plays that way, no one trains to specifically counter it. That means if you choose to play dirty, you have a much better shot of winning. Throwing in the occasional rougher tactic like Shindo-san is one thing, but if you completely devote yourself to the craft, it's hard for anyone who plays fair to beat you. Thing is, it doesn't seem like Kurobuchi is concerned with winning at all.
そうですよね。前に練習試合でアスカさんが黒渕さんと同じことをしてくれましたよね。
Yeah, she pulled it off pretty well too. No, she did it even better because she actually still won.
あの時マサヤさんはアスカさんのプレーは黒渕さんと本質的に同じだって言ってましたよね。
Fundamentally the same. Oh, I get it. I'm a total idiot. I've just been contradicting myself.
そうなんです。
Her style was fundamentally the same, but there was an obvious difference.
はい。
Rika's face tenses up.
アスカさんは挑発も含めて勝つためにやっていました。だけど黒渕さんは勝つとか負けるとかそういうことのためにプレイしていないと思うんです。
Yeah, she's a fucking thug. Or, like I said, she probably doesn't want people to enjoy FC. But it's okay for her to have that opinion for herself. But if she makes people, if she's forcing her opinion on other people, that's just something that I just can't agree with. Come to think about it. I think is that actually the right way to say that? I don't know, I think of is actually a lot easier to say in my mind. I feel like that's off, I don't know, come to think about it. Well, it's probably right too, but I don't know, for some reason it's weird for me to say. She did cheat so much that she got kicked out of the summer tournament. She made sure her floats bumped into her opponent right after the start of the match. And because of the timing, the referee was bound to see it. If she was trying to use that technique to gain an advantage, she would have saved it for a dogfight to make it look like an accident. If she was trying to win, doing it at the start would have been a dumb idea.
私はその試合は見てませんが、佐藤院先輩から話は聞いてます。もし試合で当たった時、そういう相手にどう対処すればいいのかわからなくなってしまいそうな気がして。
Most people train as hard as they can to win matches, but Kurobuchi doesn't care about that in any way, shape or form.
マサエさん 皆さんのおかげでラフプレイへの対処にはそれなりに自信がついたんです。
I guess training to beat Kurobuchi is also beneficial for playing against someone who's rough. But Kurobuchi is not a rough player. She's a fowler or whatever you call it.
だけど試合を壊そうとまでする相手にどう対応したらいいのかなって、そこが不安なんです。
Duh! I mean, clearly she's trying to make people hurt, or she's trying to hurt people. Who's not gonna get terrified by that? It's better not to think too hard, honestly.
難しく考えないというと?
Got this whole thing about wanting to show, like, Kurobuchi how to, like, you know, how to show off Kurobuchi by beating her in an FC match is still making me flabbergasted. Like, what the fuck? They really need to disqualify her, for sure. All you have to do is win, Rika. She seems to be disappointed by my comment.
それは当然そうかもしれませんけど、でも黒渕さんは勝つことなんかどうでもいいと思っているのに。
God, you know how irresponsible you are, Messiah, for saying that? Rika. I stare at Rika as I curl my arm around behind her head to bop the top of it.
まさやさん?
Quit thinking like that. You're falling into Kurobuchi's trap.
黒渕さんの作戦に? どういう意味ですか?
It doesn't matter what her actual goal is. If you're already stressing over it, anxious about what she might do in the match, well, that just makes it easier for her to mess with you. If you get caught up in her trap and read too far into things, you'll essentially be committing suicide out there.
そうですね。
Kurobuchi excels at provoking her opponents, and I doubt that's due to natural talent. I'm not really sure if Kurobuchi's thought that far ahead, but that doesn't change anything. Rika stares at me, seemingly amazed. If she was really good at provoking people, she would have a lot of enemies, Messiah. And you know what happened to her? She'd probably already be dead. Well, I don't know. Maybe not dead, but she probably would be, like, beaten up by a lot of people. Outside of FC, I mean.
私、危ないところだったのかもしれません。
Sure was. You play FC, Rika. Forget about Kurobuchi for a moment. What's your goal in a match?
試合の目的ですか? それは勝つことではないでしょうか?
Exactly. That's the very basis of the match, and the reason why everyone works so hard. If you forget that, you'll end up in the same position as Kurobuchi.
同じ場所。試合の目的がわからなくなるということですね。
And if that happens, Kurobuchi will have a huge advantage.
私は悩んではダメなとこで悩んでいたんですね。
I mean, it's not meaningless, but it does make you. If it does make you stressed out, then it is, you know, extra baggage. You have. Listen, winning or losing isn't always the most important part of a match. But if you don't go in aiming to win, then you may as well not participate.
はい。
You can learn things through losing, or even feel satisfied because you gave it your best shot. But you have to play to win for any of that to happen. If you don't, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you'll never learn, and you'll never feel satisfied. Even if Kurobuchi's aim is to ruin the match, you have to go out there to win.
はい。
I've said this before, but you should try to find the fun in your matches, no matter your opponent. Ridiculous. I doubt it's easy to actually enjoy a match with the person who hurt Asuka and Satoin-san, but I still want you to try. Ridiculous. This logic is mind-boggling. I feel like this route so far has the worst way of representing an antagonist. I think having the strength to enjoy it is a good thing, Rika.
アスカさんなら楽しむことができるのでしょうか？
If they were like doing stuff that were clearly just unique and special to them and not hurting people, I'd be okay with this sort of mentality. But not this time, Messiah, really. Not this time. This is just dumb and ridiculously stupid. Well, yeah, that's just how she is. Still, there's no point comparing yourself to her. There you go.
黒渕さんが何を考えていようと勝ちます。そしてできれば楽しみたいと思います。これでいいでしょうか？
Yeah, that's great. You can do it, Rika.
はい、頑張ります。
Rika starts cracking up. What? I thought we were having a serious conversation. Okay. What's so funny?
私から始めた話ですけどせっかく腕枕をしてもらっているのに結局 FC の話をしてしまっているのがなんだかおかしくて
I don't think so. Yeah, this probably isn't what most people would consider pillow talk. It is kind of funny. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty normal, I guess.
でもこういう時だからこそマサヤさんに素直に不安を話せたのかもしれません。聞いてくれてありがとうございます。
You don't need to thank me. I'm down to hear you out anytime. God damn it, this route. Rika starts stroking my chest again. What are you doing?
せっかくこういう状況なのでマサヤさんを興奮させてみようと思いまして。私は胸を触られたらそうなるからマサヤさんもそうなるかなと思ったんです。
You're trying to excite me.
はい。
She gives me an energetic nod.
どうですか？興奮してきましたか？
Nope. Nah, having my chest stroked doesn't really do it for me.
そうなんですか？
If you want to get me excited, then... I can't believe we really are starting with this. I mean, I kind of knew after ending the last episode, like with the pillow talk bullshit. But I wanted the game to, you know, not go through with my expectations. I turned Rika's face toward me and kissed her. At least this time I'm ready, so I wasn't as disappointed as when I was doing this with Masaki. This is way more exciting.
そんなことをされたら私だって興奮してしまいます。マサヤさん、次は私からいいですか？
Yeah, go right ahead. Rika presses her lips up against mine. You good? Our mouths part, at which point she stares at me through glazed eyes. It's a gaze that turns my heart to mush.
少しだけイチャイチャしませんか？
If it's only making out, I'd be fine with it, Rika. Of course, Messiah. You think I'm gonna stop at a little?
私は終わらなくてもいいんですけど。
Good.
だったら、マサヤさん。
Her words cloud my judgment as I pull her into a tight embrace. What the? Are we actually safe? No! Are we actually in the bathroom or something? I don't know. Please. I hear water splashing. Wait, we're not in Messiah's room anymore. So I think this might be safe. What the hell? Asuka's here. Okay, we're safe. Oh, thank God. Thank you, game. Bless the Lord. What?
そんな、私こそ全然お子様ですよ。腕を引っ張られたくらいで動揺してしまったんですから。リカちゃんの方が大人だと思いますよね、コーチ。
I'm here? Yeah, I'd say she probably is.
そんなことありませんよ。アスカさんの方が大人ですよね、マサヤさん。
What the fuck? Are we dreaming? Maybe.
私のせいで泥だらけになってしまったのに、そんな簡単に許してくれるなんて大人だと思います。ですよね、コーチ。
I guess we're outside of the bath while they're talking? Yeah. Man, I almost made a sleazy joke that Asuka's chest is the more mature of the two. Things could have gotten real ugly if I actually said it.
さっきから適当な返事じゃありませんか？マサヤさん、もっと真面目に答えてください。
I am, but like, why am I even here? I'm in the changing room of the bathroom Rika and Asuka are in, sitting on the floor with my back to the semi-transparent door separating us. Not sure if I should feel happy or sad about the situation.
コーチがいなくていいって場面なんかありません。
What sort of reasoning is that?
そうですよ。FC の専門的な話になるかもしれないんですから、マサヤさんにはいてもらわないと。
God, you kinda know the fact that we're playing a fucking arrow game by this stupid logic. Seriously? God, I just wanna crash through this damn door. But that'd kill all the trust I've built up, so I've gotta hold back. Then again, maybe this is not really an arrow game problem. I feel like anime culture in general is just a lot more lewd than, you know, the typical other sort of media. A single thin door separates me from two completely naked beauties. I feel like I'm about to break out in a sweat just sitting here. And don't get me wrong, guys, I am a-okay with Messiah acting like this if this was an actual Nukige. But in a story game, it's just pretty out of place. So like, aren't you guys basically sexually harassing me right now?
今コーチはセクシャルにハラスメントされているんですか？
How? Isn't it obvious? I throw a question right back at her.
私とアスカさんがお風呂に入っている。ドアの向こうにマサヤさんがいる。それのどこがセクハラになるんでしょうか？
Okay, well, what if me and Prez were in the bath, and you were sitting in the changing room? How would that make you feel?
普通に会話に加わりますけど、全裸で脱衣所に出てきたらセクハラかもしれませんけど、そうではないわけですから。
Yeah, I don't think real women would actually be thinking the same way as these two.
仲良くお風呂なんて楽しそうだなと思うかもしれません。
These guys are out of their goddamn minds. What? That's not the answer I expected at all.
セクシャルなことを考えてるのはマサヤさんだけなのでは？マサヤさんはセクシャルなことを考えているんですか？ということは、むしろセクハラを受けているのは私たちということに。
How'd you arrive at that conclusion? I'm not thinking anything dirty. Well, okay, I was, but they're better off not knowing. I'm nowhere near brave enough to let them in on my recent thought process.
だとしたら何も問題ありませんよね。そうですよ。
Clearly, Messiah is probably uncomfortable by this, but he's not, you know, he's not confident enough in saying that he's not comfortable with the situation and just leave them, leave the freaking changing room. You're right. I want to object, but I know that's pointless, so I just feebly nod. You don't need to object, you can just leave. How did it end up like this, you ask? I was in the club room earlier after the day's practice. I'd borrowed some DVDs from Aoi-san that focus on Skywalkers who fought dirty. Rika mentioned that watching DVDs wasn't good enough, so she asked me to sit with her and explain as the video played. Asuka, who was with us, asked to join in on the lesson. But on our way back, we got caught up in the rain. It has been raining quite a lot too lately here in Jakarta. So thankfully though, I haven't really gone home like being wet and stuff like that. Asuka lost her footing and ended up charging headfirst into a puddle. Rika tried to save her by grabbing her wrist, but that only ended up getting her dragged into the mud as well. And, as luck would have it, an avalanche of mud went sliding down the slope at that exact moment. It coated the two of them to a point where they looked worse for wear than a couple of kids who went mud wrestling. I was just wet from the rain, so all I needed was a towel and a change of clothes. However, the same didn't apply for the two girls. And so, the two of them decided to take a bath at the Ichinose household. Though, they only got in after ordering me to wait in the changing room. What the hell are they thinking? It's taking everything I have to hold myself back. This is just something that I can't understand, man. I'm too old for this, Messiah, god damn it! I'm imagining a raunchy porno where the door gives in and I fall back into their soft breasts. God, I wish that were me. Unfortunately, reality isn't so kind. Man, this sucks.
本当にごめんなさい。もう本当に気にしていませんから。終わった話を蒸し返さなくてもいいです。いえ、その話ではなく、私、リカちゃんを心配させるようなことを。え？何の話ですか？この間の練習のことです。私、思いついたらすぐにカーッとなってしまうので、なんだかめちゃくちゃなことをしてしまいましたよね。だからもうごめんなさい。確かに言われた時はびっくりしましたけど、必要だったことですし、謝ってもらうことなんか少しもないんです。むしろ私の方がお礼を言わないといけないことだと思います。いえ、練習とはいえ自分の思いつきに興奮して失礼なことを言ってしまったのは私ですから。ですから。
I can tell Rika's being cornered by Asuka's intense apologies. Oh, now I get it. This is why Rika stationed me out here. She wanted me here to help keep Asuka in check, since she tends to get carried away pretty easily. Guess that means I should try to smooth things over. Listen, Rika's saying it's okay, so why don't we leave it at that? We managed to figure out a way to counter Kurobuchi thanks to you, so I'm sure Rika's real grateful. I get how you feel, but Rika isn't holding any of that against you. All these apologies are making it seem like you don't believe her. Okay, then let's end this conversation here, yeah? Guess I did a good job. Time to take my leave. Huh? What's the matter?
Hey, 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 hey!
I hear water splashing out of the bathtub and bodies crashing into the walls. Are you guys okay? What the hell is happening in there? Ah, Messiah. I should get in there and help. I mean, that scream means Rika is in real danger, right? Typo. But given their lack of clothes, I'm not sure that excuse will fly.
Hey!
Talk to me, guys. What's wrong? Ah, he's really just wanting to want an excuse to just barge in. What about her?
Rika-chan, 助けを呼んでも無駄です。マサヤさんはここに入ってこれないんですから。ここはフィールドじゃなくて狭い空間です。スピーダーのリカちゃんよりオールラウンダーの私の方が絶対的に有利なんですから。えい！えいえいえい！
Seriously, someone just tell me what the hell is happening. I mean, you probably already have like wild imaginations right now, Messiah. What's happening to your chest, Rika? I'm too old for this. I really do believe so. You've got to be kidding me. I start shaking. Every single hair in my body stands on end. Two girls are in the bath right now, naked, with one groping the other's tits. I can't believe this is really happening right now. I'm losing my mind. This is the stuff of dreams. Why is such a wonderful... Sorry, I misspoke. Shit, she's on to me. Better change the topic. Asuka, why are you being violent with her? I didn't ask for your impressions. Tell me why you're even doing this. It should still be safe. I hope. She sounds just like George Mallory. Who's that? I gotta blame the author, sadly, Rika. They probably just wanted to put in some fan service. Well, I've never heard her talk about liking boobs before or anything. I'm sure rumors would have spread by now if she swung that way. Yeah, that doesn't explain why you're groping Rika's tits. Asuka so far has actually been the only one that blatantly or, you know, bluntly said that she is jealous on other people's routes, right? Well, I can't exactly bust in to help, can I? Then you've got to fight, Rika. Right now, you're too caught up on the typical definitions of what makes a person a speeder, fighter, or all-rounder. If you don't show that you know how to deal with dogfights, people will keep trying to pick on you. You need to be willing to counterattack when given the slightest opportunity. Or you'll never escape this cycle.
そうですね。
God, I'm just gonna turn off my brain. This is especially true for players who like to play rough. They never give up when they think they have the advantage. You may be a speeder, but that doesn't mean you can just run away the whole time.
わかりました。私もアスカさんの大きな胸を攻めます。
What the hell? Man, why am I not in there?
リカちゃんにできますか？できます。そんなの。フェイントに引っかかりましたね。私だってできるんですよ。それにしてもすごい感触でした。ふわふわでびっくりしました。
Nice. That's it, Rika. Yeah, I bet they're real nice.
私だって前からアスカさんのその大きな胸に焼いていたんです。その思いをここで出させていただきます。別に胸なんか大きくても意味ないんです。本当ですよ。そういうことを嫌味じゃなく言う態度に焼いているんですからね。
Go, Rika. I'm not sure I should be encouraging this, but I can't help myself.
私だって負けませんから。私だって。お風呂は落ち着きますね。
Can we skip to FC, please?
やっぱりお風呂は気持ちいいですね。アスカさんもお風呂好きですか？はい、時々ぼーっと考え事をしててのぼせちゃうこともあるんですけど。それは想像できます。アスカさんっぽいです。
Am I actually still outside in the changing room?
ひどいです。
The two of them have finally settled down to relax in the bath. I breathe a slow sigh, making sure they don't hear me. I can't believe they were groping each other behind this thin door. Man, that was a dream come true. You don't need me here, right?
せっかくだから最後までいてください。
These guys are not being very, like, considerate. Like, what the fuck? I'm just supposed to sit here while you guys, like, bathe around for, like, what, 30 minutes? What the fuck? This is so weird.
それにしてもコーチは本当にリカちゃんのことが好きなんですね。
Why would you bring that up?
だってリカちゃんの応援ばっかりしていたじゃないですか。少しくらい私の応援をしてくれてもいいのに。
Maybe in another route, Asuka. Well, it just sort of happened. Plus, Rika was clearly at a disadvantage.
素直にリカちゃんのことが好きだって言えばいいと思います。
Oh,
そういうのは恥ずかしいからやめてください。少しくらい意地悪させてください。ですから。赤くなったリカちゃんも可愛いですね。そんな赤くなんてなってますけど、私またお礼を言わなきゃいけませんね。どうしてでしょうか？今のも念を押してくれたんですよね。私のメンタル面がまだまだだってことをああやって気づかせてくれたんですよね。
she was? And here I thought she was just getting carried away.
マサイさん、そうなんですよね。二人で揃って私に気づかせてくれたんですよね。
Yeah, totally. I was real horny, so my mind wasn't all that clear. But I guess you could say that. Maybe.
マサイさんはいつだって FC のことを考えているんですね。さすがコーチです。私はただリカちゃんに焼けたからしてしまっただけなのに。
A dry laugh escapes my lips. God, you are so bad, Messiah.
私のそういう弱さは自分だけじゃ絶 に気づけなかったことです。
Why does she have such a frank personality?
私、上手くなりたいです。強くなりたいんです。リカちゃんならできると思います。だから私も応援しています。ありがとうございます、アスカさん。それにお礼を言うのは私じゃなくてマサヤさんにですよ。そうですね。いろんなことを気づかせてくれました。ありがとうございます、マサヤさん。
Don't thank me, Rika. If you weren't trying to improve, none of my work would matter. Really, you should be praising yourself.
私、いろんな人に気をかけてもらってるんですね。それはリカちゃんがいい子だからですよ。そんな、私なんか。なんだかいい子すぎて。さっきの続きをしたくなってきました。
You better not. I'm at my limit here.
マサヤさんが限界ってどういう意味ですか？だってマサヤさんは動いてないんだから疲れてませんよね。
Oh, well, you know. Man, Asuka's way too innocent. How am I supposed to respond?
マサヤさんはエッチな気持ちになって大変だったんじゃないでしょうか。そうなんですか？
I, guess that might be part of it.
だってアスカさんの胸は大きくて魅力的ですから。
Man, even when I'm out of the woodworks and the game doesn't have sex with Rika, it's still just it still just find ways to derail from the topic of FC. No, I think you have pretty great tits too, Rika. Shit. I tried to praise her because I thought things were heading in a dangerous direction. But I just made things way worse. What the hell is wrong with me?
なるほどなるほど。何がなるほどなんですか？リカちゃんは大人です。しみじみとした声でそんなこと言わないでください。恥ずかしいです。
I really hope we don't have any more 8 scenes after the last episode. Please, God. I'm begging you. Please. Yeah, this is pretty damn embarrassing.
リカちゃんだけじゃなくてマサヤさんの赤面する顔が目に浮かびます。
I'm not blushing. Shit, my voice just cracked.
二人ともメンタルの練習はもっとした方がいいかもですね。
I can hear a small giggle escape from Asuka on the other side of the door. Are we saved? Can we get back to FC? Thank you. The day of the tournament is drawing near. It's 3 days away. Whether we like it or not, we'll have to lay it all out on the table soon enough. Wow. Are we actually gonna end route this episode? That would be pretty interesting. We've been practicing our hearts out, honing individual techniques and competing in practice matches. And in one such match, Asuka forces her way into Rika's path as she's flying at full speed while trying to throw in a feint. Rika tries to shake off Asuka with a low yo-yo. Asuka shoots past her, as Rika had intended, but pants leak from Rika's tightly closed lips. Rika forces her body to twist upward, suddenly dropping in speed as she shifts from a descent into a climb. Rika's speed may have dropped, but regaining her form has given her a huge burst of speed, allowing her to easily pass over Asuka's head. Nice! That was perfect!
完全に騙されてしまいました。やりました。こんな風にアスカさんを抜くことができたのは初めてかもしれません。
Now that you mention it, You might be right.
そんなことありませんよ。今までだって何度も抜かれているじゃないですか。そうですけど、今のはそれまでの抜き方とは違いますから。
It's not like Rika's never gotten past Asuka before, but it was always through force. Overwhelming her with speed was her only viable strategy. This is probably the first time she's actually managed to successfully use a feint. And it wasn't just luck. All of Rika's hard work has finally paid off. And not just hers, but everyone else's as well. Everyone's help has made her improve leaps and bounds. Okay, Rika, return to the boy. Asuka, you wait for her nearby. Let's take it from the top one more time.
次は簡単には抜かせません。頑張って抜きます。ご機嫌よろしくて。
Huh? Oh, it's you, Satoin-san. And Shindo-san too.
やあ、こんにちは。見学に来たよ。
You came to see Rika, right?
高藤の方に顔を出しませんからね。信頼してはおりますが、気にはなりますわ。そちらにご迷惑をかけたりしていませんか？
No problem at all. It's the same as always around here, really. We all value her presence a lot. She keeps the club room nice and tidy, so how can we even complain? Not that I'm about to say that. They might start doubting our motives if I do.
本当に嘘はついてませんでしょうね。
I wouldn't lie about something like that.
それならいいのです。
Why is she embarrassed? Shindo-san smiles.
佐藤君はちょっと過保護なとこがあってね。
過保護だなんて、そういうわけではありませんわ。
Satoin-san is so embarrassed that she forgets to call him out on not using the right name.
一ノ瀬さんが高藤の生徒の自覚を持って真面目に練習に励んでいるのか、部長として気になっただけですわ。
そういうのが過保護だと僕は思うんだけどな。
ですからそうではなくて。
You came at the perfect time. Rika's flying right now, so why don't we go see how she's doing? Satoin-san clears her throat.
では拝見いたしますわ。一ノ瀬さん、とても良くなっていますわね。
うん、僕もそう思うよ。大きく成長したのは飛行姿勢の立ち直りだね。そこには目を見張るものがあるよ。
そうですわね。復帰がとても早いですわ。強引な動きをしてもスピードが落ちませんわね。
興味深いな。どういう魔法を使ったのか教えてくれないか？
There is no magic involved. If you're looking for a reason, I guess you could say this is all thanks to Kurobuchi.
黒渕かすみの。
Satoin-san's face clouds over.
それはどういうことかな？
Well, we shouldn't be thanking her or anything, but Rika's been giving it her all and practicing to face rougher opponents like Kurobuchi.
なるほどね。
Good. Satoin-san shakes her head in exasperation.
お二人で勝手に理解しないでいただけませんか？私はまだ何も理解していないのですけど。
FC のラフプレイというのは、つまり自分の姿勢が崩れることを恐れずに相手の姿勢を大きく崩す技を使うということだ。
そこまで説明されたら私にも分かりますわ。ラフプレイを受ける練習をするということは、崩れた姿勢を早く戻す練習でもあるということですわね。
Exactly. I noticed that myself while making them practice.
普通なら自滅してしまいそうな姿勢のフェイントを仕掛けても、スピードをそれほど落とさずに済む秘密はそこにあった。なるほど。
That's not all though. Her situational reaction speed has also gotten faster.
もしかしてそれもラフプレイを受ける過程で身についたのですか？
That's right. What should I do? What's the current situation? What about my opponent? How far is it to the next boy? Even when your form gets destroyed, you need to have a handle on all those questions. Making even the slightest mistake can lead to your opponent racking up consecutive points. We started training like this out of necessity, but surprisingly, though fortunately, it comes with a lot of benefits.
一ノ瀬君を船浜に預けたのは正解だった。
そうですわね。悔しいですけど、高藤にいたらここまでの成長はなかったかもしれませんわ。
Satoin-san's expression stiffens, despite the smile on her face.
ですが、
What is it?
心の方は鍛えられているのかしら。
彼女の最大のウィークポイントだからね。
Unfortunately, not everything comes so easy.
でしょうね。
Moments of surprise or foul play tend to make her weakness prominent. But,
なんだい？
unlike before, she knows her weakness.
そうだね。他人から弱点を指摘されても、それがどうして弱点なのか、一ノ瀬君にはまだわからなかったかもしれないな。
On the surface, she may have understood that her overly diligent personality was a weakness, but she never knew why. Perhaps her diligent personality, or rather, the chains on her heart, stopped her from ever thinking of that. But things are different now. I think her encounter with Kurobuchi helped her change. I think they talked about Ichinose or Rika and her childhood friend for a tiny bit. I don't actually know whether or not that's gonna head anywhere with the story. So far, it just seems to be like thrown in out of nowhere, and it didn't really have that much of an impact to me personally, right? I don't know. I feel like so far her past is not like in any way like sad or anything. So I was kind of weirded out by why she even need to explain that. Or, you know, why she hid it from the first time we talked about it, for like in the common route. Maybe because we weren't close enough, but I don't know, to me like there wasn't really anything to be hidden away in that story. She truly realized what happens when she gets confused, or what happens when she gets angry. Asuka's been forcing Rika to face her weakness during their practice sessions lately, so I think she's come to fully understand them.
倉科明日香が再確認させたのですか？
You probably already know this, but when Asuka gets serious, she's real scary.
なるほどね。もう一ノ瀬君は気づいてはいるわけか。
I think she's facing up to them now as she practices. If she isn't, there's no way she'd be practicing so hard.
それを試合でどこまで出せるかですわね。
Yeah, but we won't know that until the tournament actually begins. The best players in practice matches can turn out to be completely average in tournaments. In baseball, they call them bullpen aces. Bullpen aces? Interesting name. They're players who do great in practice, but suck out in the field. Being able to draw your full potential in a real match separates the strong from the weak.
一ノ瀬君の試合、早く見てみたいね。
Shindo-san suddenly turns to face Satoin-san.
そろそろ行こうか。
どうしてですか？せっかく来たのですから一ノ瀬さんを。
Shindo-san smiles once more. And it's at this point that Satoin-san realizes why he's asking to leave.
ですわね。見守るのも上級生の役割ですわ。
I don't get it.
分かってもらえれば幸いだよ。
What are you talking about? Satoin-san looks up at the field like she wishes she could stay and help.
わかりましたわ。
Then she turns around to face me with a snap. I don't know what the significance of that attitude was. She glares at me sharply. What is it? After a while, she bows deeply.
改めて一ノ瀬理香よろしくお願いします。
Yes, ma'am.
佐藤君は娘を嫁にやる母親みたいだね。
Yeah, I feel like these guys are, I don't know, a bit too engaged in all this, you know? Please don't joke about that stuff.
でもこちらはそのくらいの気持ちで一ノ瀬君を預けてるんだよ。
Is he warning me not to do anything funny? Or saying he trusts her in my hands? Probably both, to be honest. I know. I'll take care of her. That's a promise. In fact, I had already decided long ago to do just that. Today's practice is over, but Rika and I have stayed behind to get some more work done. Real matches are right in front of us, so we want to do everything we can to ensure we have no regrets. I blow into my headset. Up. Down right. Accelerate. Put your back into it. Rika flies according to my instructions as we repeat the drills over and over again. It takes time for anyone to put oral instructions into practice. Unfortunately, that's unavoidable because it takes time to process information after it reaches your ears. For example, when I instruct Rika to move her arms, that information has to move from her ears to her brain, where it's then processed and moved along to her arms. If we keep on practicing her moving as soon as she can after my order, we'll be able to tighten that window. If we can add fast reaction times to Rika's already quick speed, then she'll become a pretty damn strong player. If you can regain your form quickly, then there's nothing scary about a dogfight. If you can react quickly, then it becomes easier to give your opponent the slip. If you can keep your cool no matter what an opponent tries against you in a dogfight, then you can use your speed to outdo them. Just keep accelerating without worrying about what to do if you're stopped in your tracks. That's the ideal form for a speeder. Okay, we'll stop here for today. No, overexerting yourself leads to injuries. I pass Rika a drink as she descends and turns off her graph shoes. You were really great out there. I bet you can compete for a top spot at the tournament. I do. What? You don't believe in yourself? Don't you feel like you've improved? Rika lets out an adorable little giggle, but then suddenly stiffens up. Rika? I turn to see what she's looking at. Oops, sorry about that. I hit my, water bottle. Arms, legs, torso, neck. They form a grotesque silhouette that's hanging above in the sky. Sweat starts to form on the palms of my clenched fists. Kasumi, Kurobuchi. The corners of Kurobuchi's mouth start to curve up as she stares at Rika. She scorns her with her laugh, her presence. Why are you here? I call out to her, but she just continues to stare at Rika. What kind of update? Kurobuchi corrects her posture before she answers that question. Man, I really just want to snap your neck. She doesn't look at me once. Even though she was answering my question, she continued to stare solely at Rika. Man, Messiah, you're clearly not going to play FC anymore, you know? I really thought that Messiah was actually gonna snap her legs or something in this route. Because he probably is not going to play FC anymore, so he wouldn't care too much about it. I mean, in my mind, it's actually the perfect scenario for Rika's route, really. Then again, it wouldn't make Rika stronger though. That's the thing. What I said for Messiah to do actually makes sense, but it wouldn't really make for a training sort of story or an improvement sort of story, right? Which so far has been the main theme of the game. But I feel like the game focuses solely too much on that sort of like main theme. I really do think Messiah protecting Rika from a psycho like this girl would be a lot more logical than anything.
よかったです。よかった。
Kurobuchi's long torso flops forward as she peers at Rika.
よかったって何がかな？答えてくれませんか？
Her bloodshot eyes bore holes into Rika.
あなたが出場停止にならなくてよかった。
どうしてそんな嘘をつくのかな？怖いでしょ？私のこと怖くて逃げちゃいたいでしょ？私と試合したくないでしょ？
私は黒渕さんと試合がしたいです。
へえ。
Kurobuchi seems to rotate her head in place. The dark aura around her intensifies.
私と試合？
Her behavior is extremely intimidating.
お前みたいな選手は私が圧倒してボロボロにして二度と FC なんかしたくないですって言わせてあげる。私の方が優れてるって証明するから。
私はそんなことに興味ありません。高藤や船浜、それに霧島中央のみんなのことを背負って試合をするだけです。
背負って？ああ、そいつらがお前の試合に参加できるの？助けに来るの？
Rika stands firm and puffs out her chest.
私の中にみんながいるんです。だから一緒に戦えます。私はそういうこと忘れませんから。あなたは一人で試合をすればいい。私はみんなとします。
Kurobuchi seems to draw back a little, though she seems to be recoiling in shock that her tactics aren't working more than anything. I see now. Kurobuchi may excel at getting other people to follow her lead, but she doesn't know how to deal with people who won't play long. I doubt most people can withstand her pressure, so I bet it rarely ever happens. Rika glares at Kurobuchi. Are you serious? She barely exudes any pressure, Messiah. Like I said, if she were to do this on people who are very aggressive, she'd have a couple of bones broken before she can even go out of their, like, training area.
私のこと怖いからリカちゃんはそんな顔するんだよね。かわいいな。
黒渕さんも可愛いですよ。
はあ？
あなたが高藤に現れた時からずっと引っかかってました。
Rika ignores Kurobuchi's provocative words and approaches her. Hey, Rika.
どうしたの？ビンタの一つでもしてみる？
Kurobuchi tries to provoke Rika once again, but Rika keeps on walking towards her.
ちょっと。
What, is she gonna shake her hand? When she gets within 10 meters of her, Rika stops and leans in toward Kurobuchi's face. What the hell is she up to? This is kinda dangerous.
やっぱり。
What? I'm dumbfounded as Rika takes hold of Kurobuchi's hands.
さっちゃん。
Huh? She suddenly uses a weird nickname as she talks to Kurobuchi. Wait, Sa-chan? Isn't that...
鹿児島の頃、もう一人大切な友達がいたんです。さっちゃんっていう子でした。
Huh? This actually plays into the story? But her name is Kasumi Kurobuchi. Is that an alias? Alias?
私が FC を始めるきっかけになった子なんです。
Right. Rika did mention a friend she had back in Kanoshima who she'd been separated from years ago. Is she saying that's Kasumi Kurobuchi? I don't know how Kurobuchi was in the past, so maybe I don't have the right to judge. But she seems far from the image of the kind girl who taught Rika how to play FC. However, Kurobuchi is evidently disturbed. She hasn't denied it, so... The two of you are old friends, huh? That's the only conclusion I can come to. As a famous detective once said, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. But this came like right out of left field though. This feels like super forced. No one was going to be able to predict this. This is a twist that was impossible to predict.
言ってたもんね。いつか大会で会おうねって。
Rika did mention that she promised to meet her friend Sachan in an FC tournament. Which means that, in a strange way, they fulfilled their promise.
でも、どうしてこんなプレーをしてるの？さっちゃんは。
Kurobuchi remained silent. Kurobuchi seems to compose herself, eyebrows raising as she releases a sharp breath. Then she shakes free of Rika's hands.
こんなタイミングで思い出すんだ。
Kurobuchi smiles derisively, combing a hand through her dark hair.
さっちゃんも思い出してくれたんだね。
私何言ってんの？思い出してなんかない。忘れたことなんか一度だってないよ。こっちはね。
Oh, sorry. The smile finally fades from her face. The scorn and derision gone from her expression. But in its place is regret, pain, frustration.
だってあなたを倒すためだけに私は FC を続けてきたんだもん。
Doesn't mean that you need to hurt everyone else though, that's not her. I've never seen Kurobuchi look like this, and I don't care.
へえ、意外だった。ごく自然だと思うけどな。自分が FC を教えた相手が明らかに自分よりも才能あるって分かった時の絶望を考えたのね。
God, everyone in this game has a fucking superiority complex.
ずっと嫉妬してたんだよ。私は。
Ah. My chest starts to ache. Kurobuchi is traumatized like me.
そんなこと。さっちゃんはあんなに上手くて、私はずっと憧れて続けてきたのに。
憧れとか言ってるレベルの子が1年生から高藤でレギュラー張れるわけがないじゃない。バカにするのもいい加減にしてよね。
A frail smile appears on Kasumi's face. Just call her Kurobuchi again.
さっちゃん。
その呼び方やめてくれない？バカみたいだから。
I imagine she has to force that thin smile to keep herself from exploding. That's what makes her scary. Sadly, I know exactly how that feels. Because I was same as her once. Kurobuchi's laughter isn't to threaten Rika this time. Instead, she's using it to protect herself. And the sound alone makes my chest throb with pain.
かっちゃんだと男の子みたいだから。あかさだなの 次の順でさっちゃんにしようとか。子供ってバカだよね。発想も単純だし。
How the fuck does she not know her full name anywhere? Like, this is ridiculous. Kurobuchi slams her palm against her chest.
親が離婚して名字も変わった。
Okay. Now you're answering my question, but this is just so random, I feel. Then she scowls at Rika.
戦い方も変わった。
And finally, she leans in toward her.
何もかも変わった中で、どうしてあなただけが綺麗な思い出のままでいられてるって思うの？
Rika lowers her head.
大会、もし当たることがあったら、あなたを容赦なく叩き潰すわ。
I feel like this is just so extra.
ひどいことたくさんしてあげる。あなたの思い出ごと全部台無しにしてあげるから。
Kurobuchi's back to normal now. For a moment, I hoped that Rika's memories would act as a key to help her. But obviously, that didn't work out. The corners of Kurobuchi's mouth once again turn upwards, forming a sneer. And that sinister aura begins emanating at the exact same time. This must be so painful for Rika. Rika? Or so I thought, but her expression is still firm.
変わってません。
And then,
だってさっちゃんはやっぱり可愛いもの。あの時のまま変わってません。
まだそんなこと言うの？もうやめ。
さっちゃんは可愛いです。本当に可愛いです。
そんなので
本当に可愛いです。
やめ。
可愛いです。
やめて。
Kurobuchi finally loses her cool.
それで形勢逆転したつもり？無駄。はっきり言って無駄だから。もういいわ。あなたが何を考えようが何をしようが構わないわ。私は一つのことしかしない。必ず潰す。二度と FC をしたくないって思わせてみせるから。
Kurobuchi drags her feet along the ground as she backs away from us, only turning to walk away when she's built up a considerable distance. And there she goes. I watch her back until she vanishes, just to make sure. The way she walks makes it clear that she's ready to dodge an attack from behind at any moment. And that makes me realize she lives in a state of constant tension and paranoia. It hurts. Feels like I'm staring at myself in a way, even. I really hate it when you're just projecting yourself, Messiah. Just because someone... Like, you know, just because you can feel or you have experienced some sort of level of emotion that's similar to them doesn't mean that you can feel their, you know, sorrow and sadness for yourself. Stop projecting, man. Rika breathes a sigh, then suddenly staggers. Whoa, careful. I rush to support her.
急にクラッとしました。さっちゃんすごい迫力でした。
The way you handled her was incredible.
すごかったですか？
Totally. Can't believe you drove her away by calling her cute.
だってあの子は本当に可愛いんです。あの格好と喋り方で隠しているだけなんです。
Man, I really am starting to dislike this route. This is just too ridiculous. Rika clenches her fists.
だから思い出してもらいます。さっちゃんに FC は楽しいんだよってことを。
Right. Rika looks up at me and smiles.
今ので自信がつきました。さっちゃんの前に出てもきちんと試合ができる気がします。
Man, I think this route so far has cemented itself into being the worst route. I can't even deny that. If they don't change anything throughout the competition that would make me change my mind, I really do think this is already the worst route. Not just her. You can play against anyone, Rika. Give this tournament all you've got.
はい。
Rika nods, and I feel a newfound sense of strength coming from her. She might actually be able to put up a fight now, against both Kasumi Kurobuchi and herself. The battle is drawing near. I gather my resolve as I await its arrival. A few days later, we're done with practice, so Rika and I are on our way home. Is something wrong? I really hope they don't have sex. Rika's been talking less the closer we get to home. We get to home. Maybe she's nervous because it's almost time for the fall tournament. I feel like that should be like get to our house. Get to home is just such a weird way to say it. That wouldn't be all bad. The right amount of nerves will put her in a perfect mental state. But too much will just get her feeling all exhausted before her matches even begin. Practicing without proper motivation can lead to making careless mistakes that result in injury. But on the other hand, being too worked up and pushing yourself to the absolute limit can also result in injury. There's also the mental side of things. If your emotions run hot for too long, you'll start to feel drained. And if you're mentally drained, it'll take longer for you to recover physically. That's why most professional athletes, especially the very best ones, have hobbies they dedicate a lot of time to. How many days do we have before the tournament? Well, doesn't really matter. Just like it said a couple of days ago, but clearly before we met with Kurobuchi, it said like it's only 3 days before the tournament. So I think we only have 1 day. I still know it's too early for her to be getting all worked up. I need to get her to relax. The moment I think about saying something, she suddenly stops and turns to face me. Huh?
Masaya-san!
Her gaze is filled with determination. What's up?
お話ししたいことがあるんです。
Is it about Kurobuchi?
いえ、違います。さっちゃんのことなら、もう答えは出ているというか、何をどうすればいいのか、はっきりと分かっています。だから、それは大丈夫なんです。
Oh, sorry about that. I see. That's good. Seems Rika's already decided how she's going to confront Kurobuchi. That's good. I doubt Kurobuchi will be able to get under her skin if she's this sure of her course of action. All that's left is confirming how to deal with her dirty tactics.
ですね、マサヤさん。
Yeah? Rika fidgets. She's clearly a little nervous.
確か今日はご両親がいないって言ってましたよね。
God, are you serious? Are you serious? Huh? Oh yeah, they aren't.
変な風にどもらないでください。もしかしてエッチなことを考えたんじゃありませんか？
I mean, I totally was. Was I off base?
違います。まったくマサヤさんは特別にエッチなんですから。
Okay, thank the Lord. Oh man, the Lord actually answered my prayers. I mean, she asked about my parents not being home. What was I supposed to think? I've done nothing wrong. So, what'd you ask about my parents?
マサヤさんにはお世話になりましたから、大会の前にちゃんとお礼をしておきたいと思ったんです。
she gonna cook for us, I guess? You wanna thank me? Nah, it's fine.
大会が近づいたらそういうことをする余裕はなくなるかもしれないじゃありませんか。だから今日がチャンスかなと思ったんですけど。
Listen, I'm telling you not to worry about it.
気にさせてください。私は高藤の生徒なのにコーチをしてもらったお礼はしておかないといけないと思うんです。それをしないと落ち着かない気がして。
I've learned a lot from you too, Rika. Besides, our club doesn't have many members, so having you around has been a huge help. I honestly don't know what we could have done without her. Having to practice with just Misaki and Mashiro sounds like a disaster. Plus, the sight of Rika being so motivated has helped me convince them to take practice more seriously.
でもお礼はちゃんとしておかないとダメだと思うんです。
What a kind, diligent girl. Well, like they say, it's the thought that counts. Rika frowns ever so slightly.
マサエさんのことですからそう言うと思ってました。ではこれでどうでしょうか。
Rika bows her head.
マサエさんにお礼をしておかないと気になって試合に集中することができません。だからどうかお礼をさせてください。
Why is she being so pushy about this? This is making me feel weird. You sure about that? My general rule is that you give someone 3 chances to thank them. Like, you know, whether it be monetary, whether it be like just, you know, like doesn't have to be money. Like anything really, right? Like an item. You're grateful and then you want to give them something, right? Can be a service, can be anything. I will always give them 3 chances, and if they deny it, then I'm not gonna give it to them. Because I also apply that to myself. I usually don't even want to give anything to I don't want to be given anything by anyone for the most part.
はい、できません。
Great. Now I can't refuse.
ですよね。マサエさんが部員の皆さんと会話してるのを見て学習しました。マサエさんって真面目で優しいですよね。
Wow. We have the exact same thoughts about each other. Man, just like she has me in the palm of her hand. So, how are you planning on thanking me? Maybe with a present. Nah, that would have nothing to do with my parents being away.
もし嫌でなければ、今日の夕食は私に作らせてくれませんか？
Yeah, I kinda expected that. Of course it is. You're a godly cook, Rika. A home-cooked meal from you sounds like a dream come true.
よかった。断られたらどうしようかと不安でした。
Rika does a happy little hop on the spot.
では、準備が終わったら行きますから、家で待っていてくださいね。
She said house, not room. Why am I room? You're not planning on cooking in there, are you?
料理は台所でします。いろいろ準備があるので。
Preparations? In my room?
はい。
Shouldn't you be doing those in the kitchen?
ちょっと後ろを向いてもらえますか？
Oh my god, is she gonna do that stupid naked apron thing? I'm gonna lose my mind. Why?
サプライズ的な？
Like some sort of mystery meat meal? Or wait, has she learned some magic? Maybe a beautiful woman will jump out of a cake, or she'll pull out a bunch of chicken wings from a top hat. Well, I doubt it'll be anything that dramatic, but you never know. I'm really excited.
とにかく後ろを向いてください。
You guys have no idea how disappointed I am in this route right now. Is this okay? Having no reason to refuse, I turn to face the wall.
はい、大丈夫です。終わったら言いますから、それまでは絶対にこっちを見ないで。
Gotcha. I hear the rustling of clothes behind me. Wait, she's stripping? Maybe she needs to change clothes for a sleight of hand trick. Yeah, I wouldn't want to ruin it. I definitely shouldn't turn around. Naturally, my instincts are begging me to, but I know she'll get all depressed if I do, especially since I promised not to. Still, she's changing right behind me. Isn't this basically an invitation to peek? No. I've got to control myself. Rika trusts me, so I can't just betray her.
終わりました。もうこっちを見てもいいですよ。
Finally.
じゃーん。
I'm so disappointed in this route. What? Ta-da, huh?
じゃ
Rika does a little pirouette on the spot as she says that.
ーん。じゃじゃじゃーん。なんですけど、
Rika's probably confused by the utterly dumbfounded expression on my face.
私、間違えましたね。
She sounds nervous now. Well, before that, I don't even know what your intentions are. Rika's wearing an apron over a bikini.
糸ですか？
Yeah. Think you could explain?
それを説明しなくてはいけない時点で間違ってしまったことが決定したとは思うんですけど。
As long as this doesn't lead to sex, Rika, I think I'm gonna be fine with it. But if it does, my disappointment would be immeasurable. Rika hangs her head and starts fidgeting.
マサエさんにお礼がしたかったので、男の人が好きなことってなんだろうと思ってネットでいろいろと調べたんです。
This is yet another example of Rika's overly diligent personality. I can easily imagine her messing up the search term or something. She's not really all that great with computers.
いろいろ調べた結果、一般的に男の人は裸エプロンが好きだという結果に落ち着きました。
How exactly did it seem fitting? Oh, really? Not sure I'd say it's the most popular thing out there. But I imagine if the question was simply, do you like naked aprons, yes or no? Then a lot of guys would say yes. But that's not a naked apron, is it?
はい。裸エプロンになってしまったら、さすがに羞恥心で動けなくなってしまうので、水着エプロンです。
Her head jerks up suddenly at that.
ごめんなさい。中途半端な行為でマサエさんをがっかりさせてしまいましたか？今すぐ水着を脱ぎますから。
No, it's okay. I'm, good with a swimsuit apron.
でも、マサエさんはあまり嬉しそうではありません。
No, you've got it all wrong. Man, if all of you females are actually watching this, if any, please don't do what the hell Rika is doing. To make a guy happy, you don't have to do shit like this. Or to make your significant other happy, you don't have to do shit like this, okay? Oh my goodness.
そういうことではないというのはどういう意味でしょうか？
Like, I totally wasn't expecting this, so I'm just real confused. She'd warned me about a surprise, but I never would have imagined this. The swimsuit apron is, really great. So I'm happy, but
だけど、
I think it might have been better to tell me in advance.
そうなんですか？いきなり見せて驚いて喜んでもらおうと思ったんですけど。
It's regret and all, but like... Oh, sorry, it's great and all, but like... If you told me you were going to do it, I'd have been so excited that I could barely contain it.
先に伝えた方がですか？
Yeah, then you'd have me raring to go. I don't think anything would make me happier. Rika seems lost in thought.
つまり、マサエさん ということですか？
Rika, you're making this very difficult for me to continue this route. I am this close to just wanting to close the game because of you right now. No, don't take it that way. I can already imagine her trying to tease me at the worst possible moments.
今回の反省は今後に生かすとして、この格好はやめた方がいいでしょうか？
Ah, Messiah's not gonna let you.
そうなんですか？
You're gonna cook for me in that, yeah?
はい、そのつもりですけど。急に黙り込んでどうしたんですか？
I'm pretty sure any man would die to have the girl they love do this for them. This is the happiest moment of my life.
そうなんですか？
Yeah, so I wanted to keep it up. Rika raises her hands to her chest and sighs.
よかった。やっぱりマサエさんはそういう人だったんですね。
There's an innocent smile on her face as she says that. That kind of person. Really? Well, she doesn't seem to mind, so I guess it's fine. Rika moves to the kitchen. Then she lines up the food she brought from home.
まな板はここで、包丁はここですね。
She briskly and diligently goes through our cupboards. I didn't know what to expect. But now that I actually see her in the kitchen, I'm getting an immoral kick out of it. It was kind of like I'm making her do something wrong. What are you making for me? You've got all that exposed skin, so fried food's a no-go, right? The oil would probably jump under her skin and burn her if she tried.
夏ですから、冷やし中華とトマトのサラダにしようかと思っています。具を多めにして栄養をちゃんと取れるようにしますよ。
Chilled noodles, huh? I haven't actually had any this summer.
鶏肉をバンバンジー風にして作ってきました。あとは野菜を切って麺を茹でるだけですから、すぐにできると思います。では、作りますね。
Great, thanks. A pleasant clacking sound echoes as Rika begins chopping the vegetables. The sight of her in her swimsuit apron is truly beautiful. The thought of Asuka and Rika's wrestling match in the bathtub was great and all, but it wasn't real to me, you know? The swimsuit apron is blowing all our other times together out of the water. I can't believe I have such a gorgeous girlfriend. I want to shout my love for her from the rooftops. I still can't quite believe such a perfect girl actually exists. Man, I've never really had the chance to study Rika's ass before, but I've got a great view of it right now. And damn is it nice. Sure wish the swimsuit wasn't blocking my view. She's right in the middle of cooking, which means she's defenseless. This is making me super horny. This is a sight to behold, and I'm not talking about just her ass either. The way her back is slightly wiggles in time with the movements of her arms as she swings the knife is real sexy. I can feel a sense of urgency bubbling up inside my chest. My self-control is at its limits. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Rika started shaking her ass left and right as she hums. This is wrong. I should stop her. Rika's way too damn sexy right now. The swimsuit apron was a terrible idea. I can't hold back much longer. I can just reach out and touch her, right? Think, Messiah. Analyze the situation calmly. Rika knows she's dressed up in a sexy outfit, so I'm sure she's prepared herself for anything. Probably. I hope. I wish. No. Bad Messiah. Rika's cooking right now. She's holding a knife and standing by a pot of boiling water. If I try to grope her now, she could get hurt. If that happens and she can't participate in the fall tournament, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I can't risk all that for a single moment of pleasure. Hold on, there's an easy way to avoid that. I just have to get Rika's permission first. I'm sure she won't mind stopping for a moment. Listen.
もうちょっとでできますから待っていてください。麺が茹で上がって盛り付けたら終わりですから。
God, it's so painful for me to try to continue this route. Fuck! She's way too into cooking. I can't ask to touch her now. My eyes are glued to her swaying ass. I bet Rika only thought about making me happy with the swimsuit apron and didn't consider anything past that point. The only thing on her mind right now is making sure the food comes out good. She wants me to tell her it's delicious. God, for once I actually want this guy's monologue to just stop. Maybe she finally realizes how much she's turning me on. Oh? What is it? Is this it? Is she about to cut through the dark stormy clouds like a brilliant ray of light? The clouds remain overhead. I'll eat anything. You're wasting my time, Messiah. I'm forced to control my desires as I stare long and hard at the plump swaying ass. Are we not gonna have a sex scene? Thank you! You have no idea how grateful I am for that. I would have actually... Oh my god, it's so hard for me to continue this route. I did not think this route was gonna be better than Misaki's, but I thought it was gonna be better than Mashiro's. But... so far, what I've seen in this route is just... inconsistency, abruptly out of nowhere plot device, 8 scenes that are just, you know, not bad, but making us stop from the actual story. Fan service that is clearly way more than any of the other routes. Even Mashiro's did not have any fan service like the thing with Asuka. I am not impressed by this route. I know what to think about this route, and I don't like it. That's what I can say. But we are very close to the finish, I think. Thanks for today. Don't be silly. The noodles and salad were delish. Rika squirms a little. What? Hmm? Huh? Holding back how? I'm gonna mute myself from this soul conversation. God, I'm just gonna complain if I voice Messiah right now.
試合を控えている選手が包丁を持っているところにマサエさんが触りに来るわけがないなって。マサエさんは絶対にそういうことまで考えているはずなのに、私は変な期待をしてしまっていて、なんだか自分が恥ずかしくて。私のことをちゃんと考えてくれているんだなって分かって、とっても嬉しかったんです。お礼をしたかったのに余計な気を使わせることになってしまってすみませんでした。いいえ、あります。エッチな格好をすればマサエさんが喜んでくれるなんてことを考えていた私が浅はかでした。反省します。はい、頑張ります。怪我の心配のない料理で水着エプロンをします。こちらこそお願いします。私に気を使ってそんなことまで言ってくれるなんて、マサエさんは優しすぎると思います。夏休みが終わって少ししたら秋の大会なんですよね。もっと先だったらいいのに。試合が不安とかじゃなくて、大会を目指してマサエさんと練習していた時間がすごく充実していて、ずっとこれが続けばいいなって思ってしまったんです。